Oh, this is 1.5. So let's take a look at 1 and 3 here. Write 3 names for the angle. Okay, so how we write an angle? Again, number 1, be angle ABC, angle CBA, or if the angle's all by itself, you can name it by its vertex, angle B. All right, number 3, angle JKL, angle LKJ. Remember, the middle letters are the vertices, and angle K. You could say angle 1. I'd rather you not do that. All right, next slide. Name 3 different angles in the diagram. Number 5, angle HMN, the big angle, okay? And then you have angle, you could go backwards, NMH, but let's go ahead and just name all different ones. HMK, which was this one here. And then the last one would be that one, and that's angle KMN. Notice they have M as your vertice. Okay, find the angle measure, then classify the angle. Notice there are 2 rows of degrees on the protractor here, okay? So if we started over here and went this direction, we're starting at 0. So we would use these numbers on this side. If we start on this side, then we better be starting at 0, which would be the numbers on the inside. So it depends on which side you're starting on to figure out where, which set of numbers you're using, okay? Now, let's look at angle BOD. So B, O, and D. That would be this one right here. That's your angle, to make it a little darker. So let's take that out. So all you have to do is extend OD, and this is it right here. So we're starting at this one, at B, and going all the way up to D. So BOD, since we're starting here, we want the set of numbers that start at 0. So all the way like this. We're going to do this inside. So 65. So we can say that's 65 degrees. All right? And then the next one is COE. So COE. Now here's the difference. We're not starting at 0. Okay, so we're starting here, and we're going to here. All right? So COE. So from here to there. So OC is at 25 if we use these outside numbers, since we're going this direction. That's 25 degrees. And OE is at, don't say 40, so we're going from this side. Use the same set of numbers wherever you start. So that's 25 degrees all the way to 140 degrees. All right? So that angle would be 140 minus 25, or 115 degrees. All right? If you started with OC being 155, then use those set of numbers, which are the center numbers here, that are the inside numbers. That's 40. Okay? Okay, what's the difference there? That's 115 degrees again. So make sure you use the same numbers, whichever ones you're using. All right. All right, so what they do wrong, let's first see if we can figure out what to do correctly. Number 11, they said BOC is 25 degrees. So if we go back and look at the previous slide and look at BOC. Okay, if you looked at the other slide from, you had B, O, and C, all right, they used the outside numbers here to say that it was 25 degrees. If you go and use the inside numbers here from 0, you'll get 155 degrees. Okay, so what they did wrong is they used the outside numbers. All right, now we have a picture. AED is 34 degrees. So this is, excuse me, AED, not what I just put on there. AED is 34 degrees. EAD is 112 degrees. So let's answer the questions. So 15, identify the angles congruent to AED. So congruent means they're the same. So this has a single hash mark on AED. So everything that has a single hash mark is considered to be congruent. So angle ADE and angle BDC and angle BCD. So make sure you have your vertice letters in the middle. All right, and then number 17, find angle BDC. BDC is, let me change the color here. This one right here, BDC. Well, it had a single line through it, which is the same as the AED, so that's 34 degrees. All right, next. Find the indicated angle measure. So find ABC here. So ABC, this whole angle here. Well, angle addition postulate says you take 37 plus 21. That's 58 degrees. Next. All right, RST is 114 degrees. So the whole thing, RST, is 114 degrees. What's RSV? That's this right here. Well, if you're taking the whole thing, take away the 72. So minus 72, and you get 42 degrees. That would be the measure of angle RSV is 42 degrees. That's how you should write your answer. All right, next. 23, find the indicated angle measure. All right, so angle ABC, the big angle here, that whole thing is 95 degrees. Find the measure of angle ABD and the measure of angle DBC. All right, ABD would be this angle right here, and DBC is this other one. All right, so how do we do this? Angle addition postulate. Angle ABD, so angle ABD, let's see, plus the measure of angle DBC is equal to 95 degrees. All right, so we substitute and say 2x plus 23 plus 9x minus 5, that's equal to 95 degrees. And now we can solve. This is on the same side of the equal sign, so we add things together. 11x, 23 and minus 5 is 18. Subtract 18. 11x equals 77. Divide off the 11, x equals 7. So now substitute in for x in both angles. So 2 times 7 plus 23, 14 plus 23 is 37. 9 times 7 minus 5 is 63 minus 5, or 58. And you add those two together, you're going to get the 95. So measure of ABD is 37 degrees, and DBC is 58 degrees. All right, let me clean all this up, and we'll do number 25. All right, 25. LMN is a straight line. Straight angle means 180 degrees. So all the way around, that's 180 degrees. Find LMP, so the measure of angle LMP, and the measure of angle NMP. LMP is this line, and NMP is this line, this angle, excuse me. So adding them together, negative 16x plus 13 plus negative 20x plus 23 is equal to the straight angle of 180 degrees. They make a straight line. So again, this is all on the same side, so negative 16 and negative 20 is negative 36. 13 and 23 is 36. Now two-step equations, subtract 36. Negative 36 equals 144. Divide off a negative, and a positive divided by a negative is going to give me a negative. And that's 4. Negative 4 is x. So now we plug negative 4 into each of these angles. Negative 16 times negative 4 plus 13. That's positive 64 plus 13. That's 77. So 77 degrees. Negative 20 times negative 4 plus 23. That's positive 80 plus 23 is 103. 103 degrees. Find angle RSQ. They want this one right there, and TSQ, and then this one as well. So the measure of angle RSQ and the measure of angle TSQ. So this little symbol right here means perpendicular, which means 90 degrees. So angle addition again. 15x minus 43 plus, I can't even see it, 8x plus 18 is equal to 90 degrees. So again, all on the same side, so that's 23x. And negative 43 and 18, sorry, I didn't mean to put a decimal there. Negative 43 and 18. So you're subtracting the 18, and you get 25, but it's negative because the 43 is bigger. Okay, and now we add 25. 115 equals 23x. Divide off the 23. And x is 5. Substitute everything in. 15 times 5 minus 43. 75 minus 43 is 32. So RSQ is 32 degrees. And then 8 times 5 plus 18. 40 plus 18 is 58. That's 58 degrees. And if you add those together, you get 90, which is what they're supposed to be. 31. Ray FH bisects EFG. So if we just draw a normal generic thing here. So ray FH, F through H. And this is EFG. So EFG. All right, so 31. The measure of EFH is 63 degrees. Find GFH. So the measure of angle GFH. Now, this is a bisector. FH is a bisector. So that means this angle and this angle are the same. So that measure must be 63 as well. And therefore, the measure of angle EFG, the whole thing, should be those two added together, 126. All right. Now, we're going to change this to do number 33. So let me erase. I'll just get rid of all that and do it again. Okay. So 33, we just say this again. I'm going to draw it a little bit differently so we have a little more space. We have a bisector, FH, and this is E, F, and G. So 33, EFG, the whole thing here is 124 degrees. Find each of the other ones. So the measure of angle EFH and the measure of angle HFG. Well, since this is a bisector, these two are the same. And if the whole thing's 124, just divide it by 2. That's 62 degrees for both of them. All right, so BD bisects ABC. So that means ABD and DBC are equal. So 6x plus 14 is equal to 3x plus 29. Now, you can't add them together and say they're equal to 90 because you don't know that this is a 90-degree angle. There's no symbol there. So these have to be set equal to each other. That's the only thing you know for sure because it's a bisector. So now put everything on one side. Subtract 3x. You get 3x plus 14 is equal to 29. Subtract 14. And you get 3x equals 15. Divide by 3. x is equal to 5. Now, it wants the measure of each of those angles. So the measure of angle ABD is going to be 6 times x plus 14. 30 plus 14 is 44. So it's 44 degrees. And the measure of angle it'd be CBD is equal to 3 times x plus 29. So 15 plus 29 is 44. Now it's a bisector. We should have known that before we even did it. They're both the same. And then it also wants to know the measure of angle ABC. The whole thing, that's 88 degrees. Notice it's not 90. You would have been incorrect if you would have set those equal to 90 degrees. All right, let's do 37. Let's erase this stuff. All right. Number 37. The measure of ABC. Now again, in the instructions, it says that BD is a bisector. So these two angles are the same. So ABC, the whole angle is 2 minus 16x. That's the whole angle. All right, so we're still supposed to find all these things here. Well, ABC is 2 minus 16x, so we have to figure out what x is. All right, so 2 minus 16x divided in half is going to be equal to the 2x plus 81. Because remember, each of these individual angles here are equal to each other and half of the whole thing. So I'm dividing the 2 minus 16x by 2, and that's going to equal the 2x plus 18. All right, so if I multiply by 2 on both sides, all right, those 2's reduce, and I get 2 minus 16x on the left. And I need to distribute the 2 through that, 4x plus 162. And now you just do your algebra. I'll go ahead and subtract 4x to the left. 2 minus 20x is equal to 162. Now the 2 needs to move, so that's a plus 2, so that's minus 2. This minus sign doesn't disappear, that's a negative 20x, and that's 160. Divide off the negative 20, and you get x equals negative 8. Negative 8. So if x is negative 8, we now can substitute it in, and you get 2 minus 16 times negative 8. So 16 times negative 8 is going to be a negative 128. All right, so minus 2 minus 16 times negative 8 is a negative 128. So change, that's 130. So the whole thing's 130 degrees. All right, so the measure of angle ABD is half of that. That's one of the half angles, so that's 65 degrees. And the measure of angle CBD is the other one, and they're the same. It's a bisector. And the whole thing we just mentioned is the measure of angle ABC. Do one little thing at a time, and everything will work itself out. All right, real life here. Roof trusses. 41, BG bisects ABC. So here's, let me do yellow. Here is the ABC angle, and here's your bisector. So this angle and that angle are equal to each other. So it says ABC is equal to 112. So in blue, ABC, this big angle here, is 112 degrees. And ABC, the big angle, is congruent to DEF. All right, so in red, DEF. Those two are congruent. Find the measure of each of these angles. All right, part A, the measure of angle DEF. DEF is congruent to ABC, which we just were told is 112 degrees. The measure, part B, the measure of angle ABG. So ABG is this angle right here. That's ABG, which is BG is a bisector, so all we have to do is take 112 divided by 2. It's bisecting it into two pieces. So that's going to be 56 degrees. 56. C is the measure of CBG. CBG is this angle right here, which is the same as ABG, because it's a bisector. And D is the measure of angle DEG. DEG is this angle right here. And again, if these two triangles, the yellow one and the yellow angle and the red angle, if they're congruent, then the bisecting angles are the same. So that's the same thing as what you just got done doing. 56 degrees. All right. So let's take a look at 43. Given ABC, angle ABC, so we're just going to draw ABC here. A, B, and C. X is in the interior of the angle. All right, so not necessarily a bisector. So X is right here. It's inside ABC. ABX is 12 degrees more than, so plus 12, 4 times CBX. All right, so CBX, angle CBX. All right, so that's the measure of angle ABX. All right, so ABX is 12 degrees more than 4 times CBX. Then it says the measure of angle ABC, the big angle, is 92 degrees. So the big angle is 92. ABX is 4. We're going to call this angle W here. ABX is 4 times that angle and 12 degrees more than that. So now we have two things we can add together to get to 92. So 4W plus 12 plus W equals 92 degrees. That's 5W plus 12 equals 92. Subtract the 12, and we get 5W equals 80. Divide off the 5, and W is equal to 16. So this is 16 degrees. And so ABX is 4 times 16, which is 64, plus 12, 76, which adds up to 92. All right, simplifying. Everybody's supposed to be able to do this. The square root of 160. Break it down however you want. It doesn't matter. 2 times 80. You could do 4 times 40. 16 times 10. Two things that go into 160. Just choose it, and you just keep going. So I'll do 16 times 10. I know the square root of 16 is 4. 10 is 5 and 2. So you can't break it down any further. So if there's any radicals left, you got to put them back together. So 4 square root of 10 is the answer. All right. Now, we look at number 59, and the square root of 21 over 100. Okay. In division, you can separate them if they're both under the same radical. And the square root of 100 is 10. And the square root of 21 is just the square root of 21. It doesn't break down any further. Square root of 21 breaks down into 3 and 7. Well, again, those don't break down, so you got to put them back together. So this is the final answer for 59. And that's it.